Just saying. So you're looking at me like, okay, Cheryl. And I'm just saying, I am just saying, honey, this is all that happened. So, like I said, tonight we have a surprise special guest. Like, this was not even planned, it wasn't nothing. It was just one of those things. And before this queen comes on, so we're gonna have to finish talk about stuff later on because we need to bring this queen on, honey. Make sure I get ready because when queens come together, you know how that go. Okay. So listen, before the queen comes on, let me just say a little bit about her. Um, let me let you a little bit. She's an award-winning Caribbean blogger, podcaster, a positive influencer, and mental health advocate. She uses her voice to passionately to push the importance of mental health, especially in communities of color. She continues to break ground, inspire, influence, educate. So before I guess she has a long list, but before I go any further with her, because there's so much to read, we're gonna have her come on so we can get into her head. Okay, so let me welcome to the show the queen herself, the beautiful Miss J Bless.
Hi.
Hi, Miss J. How are you, sugar? Blessed night, blessed night. Thank you so much for being on Night Chat with me.
Listen, I'm making sure my whole family know that we on with Cheryl tonight. That's good. That's cool.
Yes, honey, that's all I'm saying. You know, Miss Cheryl, I'm trying to do the best with what I got. It's about to show up.
How are
Someone said,
you?
this on. Someone said, this is what they said. Yes, the princess is about to show up.
Hey,
And show out. So I guess we got queens on the floor tonight.
you damn right. So here's what it's like.
We got
It's
queens
almost
on the
9.
floor
It's
tonight.
almost 9 o'clock. I literally did an all nighter. I did TTT this morning. I took a rest, and now I'm here with you, so I can let my hair down, and we can
Do
get
your thing,
into
girl.
it. We can get into it.
Instagrammers, y'all know y'all can hear us, but unless you have a phone like what I do, I mean, you want to take it up, then fine. But until then, y'all gonna hear this because y'all know how I work and we do so much at a time. So yes, so we doing our thing. Yes, Mama Cheryl. Yes. Oh, I'm sure everything they tell me.
Listen, I'm here in full mommy mode. I'm relaxed this evening. I know you've been trying to have me on for a while. I don't
Yes, for a
right.
hot minute.
And
So
so
now
I'm
that I have
so
you
grateful that
on,
this is the line.
for those of them who, unless they're under a rock and don't know who you are, my beautiful queen, tell us a little bit about you. You got the floor. Just tell us a little bit about you.
I am just a humble young woman that came from Lahore, Lavanty Road, Febo Village, Sawa. I'm proud of that. I am from both Mova and Sawa, so I rep for those underdogs who are from villages and communities where people look down on you and say, "Oh, you from Mova? You from Sawa?" Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm proudly from Mova and Sawa. I am a blogger, a podcaster, a writer, the CEO of my own company. I'm doing amazing things. I came to the US at 18 with $75 and a little carry-on and some dreams. No family, didn't know where I was going to stay when I got to JFK. Um, came in the break of winter 2003 with a spring coat, and the rest is
Woo.
history. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. That is like, wow. I mean, I came on Panam, but damn, I came like,
Where they come to Panama. I didn't even fly with BB. It was one of those cheap flights that was leaving, during Carnival. Planes are headed back to the US empty.
yes.
Winter. So I
Mm.
took my last paycheck because I was working for Service Commission at the time, and I didn't even get my paycheck yet. I literally asked my mother if she could front it because my money will be in the account. I ain't gonna be there. The money is yours. Can you help me get this ticket? And bought the ticket and flew out in 2 days. A lot of people thought I was either pregnant or killed somebody because no one just leaves the country so quickly. But when God say to move,
You gotta move.
gotta move.
That's it. That's the main thing. When he say move, honey, that's what we do. And we're so obedient, aren't we?
You have
We
to.
are so
There's a
obedient to what
blessing
he
in
says.
obedience. There's a
We are
blessing in
so
obedience.
obedient. Yes, and it's obedience. You know, you had a long career. You are an award-winning. If people don't know, you are an award-winning blogger, and you have done so much in influencing, especially the communities of color. But I know in your own personal stem that you've been through some trials, you've been through some situations. But take me back to when you started, before you took that break. Take me back to when you were blogging and you got that, that led up to that award-winning podcaster, that title that you hold.
So, how much time we have?
Girl, I got wine. You know you're on my show. That's how we do
You
our
know what? Don't make me break out the wine. Mike, can I have a glass, please? We could do wine tonight.
So, honey,
You know
that's
what?
how we do, like her boss.
We could do some wine tonight. How about that? So, so
Right.
April 2021 will be exactly 10 years since I've started Jayblessed.com.
Okay.
And it's been a journey. And like, I tell people all the time, it takes about 10 years to become an overnight success. A lot of people are now getting to find out, this Jayblessed, but those who've been down with me from the beginning know that I've been toiling and doing work. And so in the first iteration of Jayblessed.com, it was the number one source for Caribbean entertainment news and gossip. And I mean, that's what the people love. Our people don't read nothing else unless there's an element of bacchanal to it. So I kind of like, according to Lisa Wickham this morning on TTT News, she was like, you are the TMZ of the Caribbean, right?
Yes,
I used to read your website.
Yes.
So what happens with that is when you're covering the diaspora and you're covering the islands and all the news that's coming out, you got to be on that 24/7. All day, every day. There will be days that I would not sleep for over 24 hours, right? Just because I am making sure that as the news hits, you want to be the first. It's all about traffic. It's all about getting it out there first. It's all about credibility. And so that was a lot. And so I'm always at my computer. In addition to I'm going to events, you got to show up and you got to like take pictures and you got to, be seen and you got to like, show your face and all that extra stuff. But I got a whole husband and a whole child at home, right? And I'm doing this all by myself. I'm grateful for, in the early stages, I had a few writers that came on to support, and I did a few columns. I was the first Caribbean blog to ever have a LGBTQ column, which featured a transsexual native of Trinidad, and she had a limited series. That was unheard of. Gay in the Caribbean, a column. That started in Jayblessed.com, and thankfully she was able to gain amnesty just off of telling her story and documenting it off the website. We did a lot of work then, but it became draining. All right. Imagine working a full-time job that's 24/7. You still have to show up for your family, and you need to also show up for yourself. And then you're dealing with people who are, our Caribbean people are not easy people to deal with,
No, we know that. We know that. First time.
Hello, hi.
I mean, easy to deal with, honey. We know that. Yes, honey. I'm telling you, we know that. All my Instagrammers who are trying to, I'm gonna tell you they're not easy. My phone point over there, but they hot I hear the inbox and Cheryl, there's only 2 phones I have, only got to stop.
Tell them they gotta come on Facebook and watch this. Better get their Facebook account. What's up with them? Get a bottle of wine, bring the stag, whatever we do.
And some of them love on the Instagram because they love being there. It's girl and but I aim to please, honey. So I try.
You're doing a great job.
I do what I can, honey, with this fabulous me.
I just need to get a bottle opener.
Yes. That's what I do on this show. I drink. That's what. You all have to do that at some point. Yeah, we drink.
I'm going to. And so, I took a break because it was necessary. And, today is World Suicide Prevention Day.
Yeah.
And I think there's so much that needs to be covered. In a little over a year ago, I started a podcast, the first ever Caribbean mental health podcast, specifically focusing on, things we're going through, life's life matters, like life issues,
Mhm.
and using myself kind of like as a sacrificial lamb to put my own business out there. Even when it pains me that, oh my God, did I literally say that on a podcast that's going to be archived for people to listen to forever, and I can't take that back. It's out in the universe now.
Mhm.
But I know it was necessary to be as authentic and as vulnerable because someone needed to see the humanness in another human being and know that this is real life and we're going through shit. And so um I'm grateful for every pit stop, stopping from blogging, coming back. And I think it's made me a stronger person. I've taken the experiences. I know what didn't work the last time. I know what worked the last time. I know how to deal with my schedule. Thankfully, my kid is 16 now, so I know how to cook she food. Like she cooks she food. She said she could take herself to school. Like, I don't have to do none of that. And I'm a divorcee now, so I mean, like, like we could talk about a lot of things. Cheryl, where you want to go tonight?
Listen, you got one, I got time. We good. You got one,
Where
I
you
got
want
time.
to go over there?
I'm just saying, honey. Okay. You don't know.
Can I
But
get a bottle opener?
I
I
think,
need a bottle opener.
okay. I want you to take me to um that break you had. Like, I know there was a time in your life where although things were going good, you were award winning, you're blogging, you're doing so many things, you're a mother, you're a wife, but at some point I think it began to, like, it got to be too much. Um what did you think happened in that kind of breakdown, that break that you had? What you think happened? And did you recognize that it was a mental health problem?
Oh, most definitely. Oh, most definitely. It was so bad that, and then I was also dealing with life issues as well. At that point in time, a immediate family member had stage 3 breast cancer. Like my husband at that time was going through changing jobs. Like I was also dealing with seasonal affective disorder, which for most people that don't know, when you live in a colder region, especially when you're born near the equator and you're living here when there's no sun, it really affects your mood. It affects you as a person. So fall into winter becomes really, really depressing times, right? They call it winter blues, but that's an actual real thing. So it's dealing with a lot of stuff. And I saw the shift, and my husband recognized the shift of me not just being frustrated, but me crying all the time. Like I could, like this, it didn't make sense. It was no longer fun.
Okay.
And I think we need to identify triggers and signs of you need to rest, because your body tells you, your energy tells you, and it is
Mm.
okay to take a rest. It is okay. I think we live in a society where it's just overachieving and overperforming, and no one is taking naps, no one's taking a rest, no one's having good night's sleep. And I wasn't sleeping. Like I was up all night because I needed to make sure that I'm posting 20 stories a day.
Mm.
20 stories for the least a day. That's crazy. Crazy. So, you need to listen to your body, and I started to shut down. I started getting chronic headaches. I started crying a lot. I started feeling so frustrated, started taking out my family. And I think we need to be mindful of, okay, what's happening here and how can I fix it? What lifestyle changes I needed to. And I chose myself and I chose my family at that time over a blog, over trying to appease people with stories, because if I drop down dead, they will find somewhere else to go read this shit from, and my family's going to suffer. So let me take care of me first. And I think we also need to identify that too many times, especially in the Caribbean community, we have, mothers, and we've been trained to take care of everybody else first and then take care of yourself last. No, we're not doing that.
Mm.
Okay, take care of you first. I cannot be of service to you if I am not even taking care of myself. Come on, man. Like, we need to talk about that. I'm not going to be so forgiving to you and don't even forgive myself. I'm not going to be here to show up and heal you and be there for you and provide for you. And I'm not, and I'm taking care of myself last. You're mad.
Is that true? Now, this is a question I have here that one of the asks. did she feel that she saturated the market too much?
That's a good question. So when I started, um, there were few Caribbean bloggers when I started. Just shout out to Eva. I see she's here. Soca Mom. She was doing Caribbean parenting blogging, right? Um, Afrobella was doing she though she's of Caribbean heritage, she's Trinidadian. She is known as a godmother of brown beauty blogging, and she wasn't really into the Caribbean scene like that, more beauty, right? But there was no other than Island Mix, which is a chat forum. Island Mix is a chat forum where people come in and they all congregate and they talk in a little chat box. There was no website totally dedicated to Caribbean entertainment news from everywhere. You would have to go and read a newspaper, maybe the Trinidad Express or Starbrook News or something to get your news. But no one was focusing on Caribbean entertainment news as TMZ was doing for the Caribbean. And at the time when I started, then everyone thought, okay, I could do this too. Where they at now? I just want to know where they're at now. I just want to know where they're at now.
Yes, I want to know where they're at now. Yes, yes.
Where they at now? It seems easy. It seems easy to, I could do that. She just writing stories. No, okay. Where are they at now? That's all.
Where are they at now? Like, where are you now? And it's really interesting that, that they asking these questions. There's another one here that, I love it when they engage. This is what it is. Did she ever, or did you ever do a blog that you regretted? Like, have you ever done something, a blog where you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't, I kind of, yeah.
No. I've done blogs which caused a lot of issues back then. And I mean, even now, though the website has changed in energy and in content, it's still triggering a lot of people because I'm on a healing platform now. Ooh, salute. And a lot of people don't want to be healed. Let's check Allison Hennessy. When Allison Hennessy passed away.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah.
That news broke on Jayblessed.com.
Oh.
The newspaper couldn't publish that story until the other day because at the time that she had died, they wouldn't be able. Do you know that that editors of The Guardian and Express were having meetings and bringing up Jayblessed.com's name because now they had to up their web presence. Now they had to make sure they had the stories on their website before it was published in the newspaper. Because the traffic was coming here and I was getting the news first. I was publishing and it was up for hours before it could be printed. And now we've seen a change in how Caribbean news has transformed over the years where, we've digitalized. Even though some parts of Trinidad is still not digital, people still doing paper file work. We've seen on newspaper platforms really digitalize and step up their game because of Jayblessed.com was busting in news before they could publish it for the next day. So Allison Hennessy, I'm grateful for that story because that story really skyrocketed. No one else had that story. And shout out to my source because I had to vet it. I'm not in Trinidad. I'm not in Trinidad, so I couldn't validate, and verify. And they were like, we guarantee you, we're telling you we're here right now. It's true. I think oh God, we really going there? Because we could go there. Like,
you got wine.
I mean, like, I think the most problematic was, and shout out to Babsy. Yeah, Babsy's still around, but I think we are all in our separate lanes, and we've all created our own niche. So shout out to Babsy. Yes, she's definitely still around.
Is Babsy still around in a sense?
Yes, she is. She is, and she's doing her thing, and she's large in her own way. So shout out to Babsy. I think the most problematic, and I could say this now, we've gone through enough legal, the legalities of it, was Marshall Montano.
Okay.
And so we literally had to go to court